Imagine for a moment that the universe is whispering, not in words but in patterns, invisible instructions rippling through space, telling every particle where to be, how to move, and when to change. If you listen closely, you might sense it, a faint vibration beneath everything you see, everything you are. This is the quantum whisper, the hidden conversation that shapes reality. I'm Professor Photon, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Night Lamp Curiosity. Stay with me till the end, because by the time this story is over, you'll see that the tiniest pieces of existence don't simply obey the laws of physics. They remember them, anticipate them, and participate in them like musicians in a song too vast to hear all at once. At the heart of every atom lies mystery. We imagine particles as little marbles, tiny dots orbiting, colliding, bouncing. But that picture is long gone. Modern physics paints a stranger, softer vision. Particles aren't things, they're events, ripples in fields that fill all space. Every electron, proton and photon is a fleeting vibration in an invisible ocean of energy called the quantum field. Nothing truly sits still. Even the void hums with possibility. When physicists first began to peek into this realm in the early 20th century, they found rules that defied logic. Light behaves as both wave and particle. An electron can be in many places at once. Observation itself, the simple act of measuring, changes the outcome. The quantum world is not made of certainty. It's made of potential. One of the most haunting experiments in all of science revealed this truth. It's called the double-slit experiment. If you send a stream of tiny particles, say electrons or photons, toward a screen with two narrow openings, they don't behave like bullets. They behave like waves, forming an interference pattern. Bright and dark stripes where crests and troughs overlap. That's already strange enough. But here's where it gets truly astonishing. If you try to watch which slit each particle passes through, if you observe it, the interference pattern vanishes. The particles act like solid dots again, as if they know they're being watched. No trick, no metaphor. This has been repeated countless times with the same result. The quantum world changes behavior depending on whether it's being observed. The physicist Richard Feynman once said, "The double-slit experiment contains the only mystery." He meant that if we could truly understand why it happens, we'd understand reality itself. So what's going on? How can a particle seem to know what we're doing? To answer, we need to step into the quantum whisper. Every particle is not just a dot in space, and it's a wave function, a cloud of probabilities describing every place it might be. Before observation, that wave spreads out, exploring all possibilities. The act of measurement collapses it. The wave becomes a point. Reality chooses one outcome. It's not that particles are conscious, but the universe itself behaves as if awareness is woven into its fabric. The quantum whisper says, until something interacts, there is only potential. Physicist John Wheeler called this the participatory universe. The observer effect doesn't require a human. It only requires relationship. When physicists say observation, they mean contact, exchange, entanglement. Each touch is a translation, each translation a choice. That's how the universe keeps time, not with clocks, but with connections. Every moment is the collapse of infinite potential into one experience now. Then, immediately, the wave unfolds again, infinite once more. Reality is breathing. Creation never stops. And maybe that's what consciousness truly is, the awareness of being part of this breathing, a local echo of the universal whisper. When you feel intuition, a thought arising seemingly from nowhere, perhaps it's the quantum field reminding you that you are never separate from it. You are the field, briefly aware of itself. The physicist Niels Bohr once said, "If quantum mechanics hasn't profoundly shocked you, you haven't understood it yet." But maybe the real shock is how comforting it is. It tells us that the universe isn't indifferent. It's participatory, relational, alive. The smallest building blocks don't act blindly. They move in harmony with a whole so vast it can only be called intelligent. Not in the human sense, but in the sense of perfect coherence, perfect awareness of context. As you lie here breathing, the atoms in your lungs exchange quantum information with the air with the stars with the background field. You are a temporary pattern in a conversation 14 billion years old. You are never alone, never random. You are the quantum whisper made flesh, a shimmer of awareness remembering itself through human eyes. Listen closely. Even in silence, something hums beneath thought. That is the field speaking. That is the rhythm of existence saying, you belong. Thank you for listening and good night.